Welcome to the Wednesday edition of the SportsCage. Like the gentleman who voices everything said, it's for Regina Motor Products. Winter tire offers on. Purchase set of 4. You get $120 back in instant rebates on those winter tires. Colson's got the board covered off. Colson will chime in when he feels fit. Going to have my boy Sharky with me today. I know it's Wednesday, but he'll be with in a second. And quite the show today. We're going to bounce around a few places. Your participation is always welcomed, and we love it. On the Prairieland Rentals text line. Prairieland Rentals, they're at 600 Albert Street. You need a heater. You need some sort of power tool. You need a skid steer for this winter. They can rent it to you. And if you want to buy, Husqvarna dealer. Husqvarna snow throwers in stock. Now's the time to buy, because when all that snow comes, you're going to want to be out in front of it. Prairieland Rental, 600 Albert Street. That number to text in or call. If you ever wanted to call, today is the call day. About 20 to each hour, we have time for calls. 936-6262. There's a toll-free number where we pick up the tab. 1-866-767-0620. Thanks to Prairieland Rentals. All of our guests are going to join us on the Western Pizza Guest Hotline, where you get perfect pizza, generous amount of toppings, all that cheese, the ooey gooey, just goodness. Greek food that you love, souvlaki rib salad, and you got a Christmas party. Why not get a little cater? Maybe bring a wheel to that party. Be a celebrity. And they also have the gift cards for the gift exchange person in ya. Give him a Western Pizza gift card. And that will be a number of interesting interviews. How about WHL? And we go with the young Chase Surkan from the Brandon Wheat Kings in hour 1 here. Chase is off to a great start. Former Regina Pat Canadian, Regina Pat Blues. Shout out Pat Blues. So Chase will be with us this hour about 30, 40 past the hour. Hour 2, Arash Madani for Brian Gawley, Smart Investing. Arash has a number of things he wants to talk about. Lots of CFL talk in there. We'll get into some NFL. He wants to talk about my boy Drake May and the New England Patriots. It is back this year from now until, I guess, March-ish. The Senior Hockey Report, powered by the Monday Nooner podcast. Senior Hockey Report, we're going to take a look at the leagues in and around Regina and southern Saskatchewan. Maybe sprinkle in some of the north. It's brought to you by Croft Electric this year and Warren Stanley, MP for Regina Louvain. Hour 3, we'll be joined by Jock Wilson from the Calgary Stampeders radio team. What the heck? Is John Huffnagel out in Calgary? I thought they would build a statue there. He'd be buried under it at some point. But no, he's going to Toronto for some reason. So that's pretty much the guests that will be joining us on the Western Pizza Guest Hotline. But we have so much to talk to. There he is, Sharky. When Sharky's in the studio, he's brought to you by Flooring Superstore.
Hey, and shout out to Flooring Superstore. They're at the house Monday, Tuesday. New flooring in the basement, back landing. Fantastic job. Love the work that Adam and his team did. Exceptional. Like if you're thinking of doing something and you think, ooh, should I put it in myself? Don't. Get them to do it.
Oh, trust me. Yeah. I'm not put it in.
It was good.
I had a buddy come over once and say, I had my first ever house in the exhibition area in Saskatoon. We had this old carpet, old carpet in the house. And it was, a nice little pad, nice little batch pad. And it was like, we'll rip that carpet out there. And I'm like, well, I know how to rip carpet out. I'm sure it's not that hard, but I'm like, what am I going to put down? He's like, well, we'll put down some laminate, put down some fake hardwood. And I'm like, you're coming over to help me
to do this?
He's like, I'll show you how to do it, and I'll leave my tools, and then you can go. And I'm like, get lost. I'm like, leaving your tools and your hand. No, I'm like, you're gonna have to be here, hold my hand through the whole process. Yeah. I'm just not that guy.
No, not everybody is.
And stairs are so difficult. I know that.
Oh, I leave them wood. Yeah, I just leave them wood. I don't.
You just like down to plywood?
No. Like
nails sticking out.
I get pieces of timber in there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're fancy.
Well,
how was your hunting? I saw a picture. You had a lot of birds and your dogs.
Yeah,
on that.
It was
cool.
Great on Friday. Yeah, great hunting day with a couple of buddies and down south of Radville there, and the birds were all holding real tight in the grass. It was a great day. Yeah.
How many were in that picture?
There's 9.
And so what do you do with them?
Clean them up.
And eat them?
Yeah.
That's so gross.
No, it's delicious.
Sharky is for flooring superstar.
It's delicious, man.
Okay, where do you want to talk first? Do you want to talk the CFL salaries thing? And I know they talked about it on Monday, but we only get Sharky once a week, so we got to get Sharky. And now I have a stance on it. I was on the fence, guy.
Well, let me see where you've gone.
Last 2 days.
You tell me. You show me your cards. I'll show you mine.
You tell us what you make. You're like a public employee. You're like a politician. You're a professional athlete. That comes with the territory. We want to see how much you pay. You get paid.
First off, I don't think it's anybody's business what anybody else gets paid.
Okay.
Right?
I get that stance.
Right? Even public employees, I think they should all be paid their value. I don't believe that you get paid the wage of
Wouldn't that be a perfect world?
Yes.
Teachers get paid on
value.
How much you actually do.
That's right.
If
you show up at 8:47 and leave at 3:03, we pay you accordingly, right? So yeah, I'm a big fan of that. That whatever you do, you get paid for in the value, not on the common denominator. So, but again, I think that's their personal piece. Some guys will want it known, more so that they can go after more money, right? They want to compare to others. Other guys won't want it known. Yeah, to me, if you want to reveal it, great, go ahead. It doesn't matter to me what you make.
Colson, you might want to jump in here because yesterday Glenn Suter, and we get to talk to Suits again yesterday. We were up against the clock yesterday with him. He doesn't like it because of the fact, and I'm not here to argue with everybody. You're allowed to think different than me. I'm allowed to think different than you. That's all cool in the gang. But the one thing that I find interesting, somewhat sad, is it's because the embarrassment of how much these guys make.
How much or how little?
How little.
Yeah. That's definitely a part of it. I also remember he told the story. I completely forget the GM's name, but his GM, when he was re-signing him, he put out all the DB's contracts. Yeah.
Baker,
I think.
Yep.
Yeah. But he put out all the DB's contracts and said, this is where you fit in here as the safety. So he wasn't hiding the contracts from the other players, right? So they probably, one way or another, know, give or take, how much all of each other make already.
Yeah.
Right? Again, we don't know if they're straight up asking each other. Depends on how they were raised. But yeah, I don't super see the value in it just being public information. That's just one more thing for us to talk about, get upset about. And as a person in the sports media, where we appreciate content.
Now, there's a big announcement. Corey Philpott's contract comes out.
Tyson,
sorry.
Corey's his brother.
Tyson gets this big check, and everybody's going, well, the Riders got to step up now. No, the Riders have a cost built in for that position for what it is. If Montreal wants to pay less or more for that position, that's Montreal's decision. Exactly. Montreal can't sign another Canadian receiver for $275. They don't have that kind of cake.
Well, they could, but then they'd have volunteers playing elsewhere.
Yeah, the D-backs are making $25, right?
They pay for play. It's like Adult Safe Hockey League.
Yeah, you got a game in Nauticue tonight. Yeah, you're on your way. So, I mean, don't go and say that's now the cost for a Canadian receiver. That's what Montreal chose to pay.
And that's what he negotiated.
Yeah, that's how they want to spend their money, is on Philpott that way. That's great. Now, that's not to say MLS or Keenan Schaefer-Baker or any other receiver shouldn't get paid that. That's what that team decided to pay, right?
I agree.
We might pay the center, Furland, $400,000. But every other center in the league gets paid $100,000, right? That's just the reality of that position.
To each their own.
Exactly.
Different strokes for different folks.
And
my prerogative, Bobby Brown style.
The CFL, like a lot of leagues that are not the NHL, NBA, or
Major League Baseball
or NFL, right? Exactly, those big four. They're not in that same category. So don't start comparing those numbers to NFL guys or what they can do. We had that talk with Brendan Labatt. That window's very small, and if it comes, you should take it, right? You should take that opportunity. But I don't believe that you go, wow, he should be paid the same as Philpott. That's what Montreal chose to do.
On the disclosing of how much they make, I get your stance on, people should know what someone else makes. To me, personally, I don't really give a rip. But it's the embarrassment part where Glenn talked about. I'm like, when you factor in the American dollar, it's sketchy.
Yeah.
Because it's your average salary $70,000 to $100,000 in the league. 70 is the minimum.
Yep.
Canadian.
Yep.
That is what American? 45?
Yeah. 45.
Let's say. So
And
70.
then they lose the taxes here, so it goes down pretty quick.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely. And that's where people are always like, oh, 6 figures. And it's like, do you actually know what 6 figures is take home? Like, it's nothing. In 2025, 6 figures in 2005, 1995, 1985.
Might have been really nice.
You were a baller. Like, you're a fur coat guy. But
you're not fur coat guy anymore.
In 2025, like
no.
And I saw it. It's funny. I saw something on social media this morning, and I was like, "This is my parents in 1970, whatever. Dad worked, mom stayed home.
Yeah,
beautiful house, dog, all that." And I'm like, "Yeah, that was the day." Like they say, everything's cyclical. I'm like, is it? Like, are we ever going to get back to that?
We're not going to go back to that. No.
Unless it's like Planet of the Apes style and we start from scratch.
Yeah. You're not going to be able to buy a brand new car for $3,000 and a house for $15,000. Like, those days sailed, right? They're gone. I saw some of my dad's pay stubs from the early 70s. I'm like, holy crap, right? I get paid that much for a weekend job as a kid, right? You were getting that for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
like, it's not that embarrassing to what Glenn was talking about when you factor in Canadian.
No.
Like, so hey, what does your dad do? He plays football, and he makes $100,000. That's not bad. It's not like, hey, what does your dad do? He plays football. How much does he make? Well, like 20, and then he's got to work bingos every other Tuesday, and they do bottle drives.
It's also a 7-month job, right?
You have some time to make a side hustle.
You can do some things on the side, right? Almost like a fireman. You're putting concrete
painting.
Down. Yeah,
I know some
shingles.
I know some firemen that are great painters.
They got time.
I know another one that does cement work.
Yeah, lots
of it.
Lots of cement work for those guys, right?
Yeah, vodka Coke guy.
But the part that I think would be hard is, so Philpott drops a couple balls and he's making money that people don't think he deserves, right? And now the criticism's on his money, not necessarily on his play, because he's dropped a couple balls.
Hey,
right?
That's what you sign up for, bro.
It is.
That's what you sign up for, bro.
It is. I'm just saying you're creating another level. Yeah.
Travis on the Prairie Land Rentals text line wants to get in on things. He says, I might be Mr. Negative. Like, I'm all for self-awareness here. He says, but I think it's time to let KSB go. Kean Schaefer-Baker. Sign MLS. You have Duncan, Busby, and Neil. KSB has an injury history. I don't think they're bringing them both back, personally. One of them's got to hit the bricks.
There's 3 Canadians there, Neil, MLS, and Kean Schaefer-Baker. And it's hard to keep, because Canadians have more value, especially at receiver, I think, because it's just such a great spot to be able to slot a Canadian into, or a defensive lineman, or right. When you have a Canadian that plays there, you got to have a Canadian to back them up. So it does make it a bit of a challenge. I don't have a problem with Schaefer-Baker. I like the guy. I think he catches. He goes in the middle and makes big catches. That's the reason he's banged up. He goes in the middle. He's not scared to get in the mix. It's tough to teach that, right? It's tough to teach. Get rid of fear.
If you got any comments on that, 936-6262. Let's move to this.
Go ahead.
What are we doing for time here? Yeah, we got a few minutes to kill. The city is going into their budget situation. I don't really want to get into a whole political thing here, because, yeah, I wouldn't mind coming to work tomorrow. But the one thing where it comes to athletics or sports is there's talk of, first off, closing the Kinsman and Optimist Arena, or not running them
through the
city. Now, here's a couple of things. And some of you out there listening right now might be sitting in the parking lot of the Optimist or Kinsman waiting for your kids. It just how it is as parents. Now, we hear the kids and us complain about how bad those rinks are. And you know what? They're older for sure. I think correct me if I'm wrong, 936-6262. I think the Optimist, that's the south one, for sure still has chain like mesh.
Doesn't have glass.
I don't think so. But that's okay. Like I'm all for it. Here's my
We all
thing.
played in that for a long time.
We're trying to get someone from the city to come on. Kind of playing cat and mouse game here. We're hoping to happen. But let's just talk about this for a second. These rinks aren't great, and they don't want to put any money into them. Smaller ice surfaces a bit. They still serve a purpose because they're ice surfaces with a roof over them.
Yeah.
Now, one thing we don't do here, and I know people are going to say because it's too cold, you pigeon.
The brony.
Whatever. But we don't practice or have young kids do anything outside.
Not anymore. No.
I personally feel, I get you got to play the weather game. I get it. Like even my daughter's team, Pee Wee AA female, they could play a game outside. It would be unreal. They're not shooting the puck hard enough to hit that bungalow across the street. Whereas when you get into something, or Adam, or Novice, and these kids, I think, would absolutely love it. Now, before you think I'm just crazy, think about it for a second. They do this a lot of places. We have some really good outdoor rinks. Now, some people are going to go, yeah, but the city doesn't want to have the outdoor rinks anymore. That's fine. I'm from Saskatoon. The city never took care of the ODRs.
Yeah.
It was the community association, a group of volunteers. Some of them, because I was an inner city kid, they paid somebody to do it because your volunteer base was just smaller. So there was a couple of years that they paid someone. They had whatever happened. Then there are some. My cousin ran one on the east side by the university. Like it's because it's a labor of love. If you've ever built an ODR, it's a labor of love. You love it. So there's a lot of these community associations that are going to take it over and run it better. They already run the shacks.
Yep.
And then it's something like, rink's not shoveled. The guy took his half-ton on there, got most of the snow, then flooded over top. Now it's just all bumps. You're going to eliminate a lot of that. Now, maybe your community association isn't going to have someone step up. I'll be surprised if somebody doesn't
if some dads don't step up.
Yeah, grab some shovels, grab a flask of whiskey, go out there, shovel, flood, have a time.
Yep.
Put the hot dog roller in the
the shack. Yeah.
Roll.
Nobody thinks forward. Everybody thinks backwards when we're talking about this. Do you know the city of and we've had this conversation last year, it drove me crazy. The city of Saskatoon doesn't own any rinks.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but like 2.
Archibald, Cosmo, Kinsman.
The rest are privately owned.
ACT, Lions. 5 for sure.
5, you think so? You got 5?
I know so.
You know? But the bulk of them are privately owned.
There's I think 7 that are.
That's right. So Regina has 0 privately owned ice surfaces.
0.
Right?
I've never got that. We went into this last year. Go ahead.
Why doesn't somebody say, I'll buy the Optimist? Right? Because the ice plant's your biggest thing. Buy the Optimist, put some lipstick on it, build some dressing rooms that work on it so that more than 4 guys at a time can get dressed, because that's all that'll fit in those dressing rooms. Make it into a facility, right? There's no vision. There's no effort to look forward. How can we make the outdoor rinks better so that more people want to be involved and use them instead of trying to cut everything back? Nobody's got a vision to look forward.
The Kinsman and Optimist, much like the Kinsman in Saskatoon for years, and the Archibald and the Lions. The Lions Arena in Saskatoon, if anybody listening, we have a lot of Saskatoon listeners as well. The Lions is one that is the only one that would be similar to the Optimist and the Kinsman here in Saskatoon. Small dressing rooms, kind of a shell. It's not as bad, but it's small. Now, you look at the Optimist and Kinsman in Regina, you have nothing but room to build new rooms. Like, I get you got to parks people. You don't want the park people and the hippies to come after you. I get that. We just want to put on some new dressing rooms here.
Yeah.
You got nothing but room. Blow out that wall, put on some new dressing rooms. Like you said, now you got some old timers. Which my kids call my hockey. It's just so funny. I'm like, that's where I am in my life.
Put 20 dressing rooms. You sell the dressing rooms to old-timers teams. They know they're going to play at a decent hour of the day. You could still rent the ice out to the kids Saturday morning.
Buzz the upstairs. Get a little bar action.
That's right.
Pull a license.
Yeah. Hey, I texted a guy at the city today how much to buy the Optimist. I'll buy it.
You're not going to buy it.
I'll get a consortium.
I gave you an unbelievable deal to Las Vegas and you hummed and hawed.
That's for different reasons.
But you would have the connections to sorry, which one? You want the Optimist? Southside.
Southside.
Like, you think about it and we complain. It's like, oh, I hate those rinks. And then they're going to be gone. And then now you got to drive to who knows where for ice.
Now we're going to Coppell again for ice. We're going back to Rollo. We're going to Milestone, right?
So we're
going to Lang.
Those rinks, too. I'm not a big fan when you have midget or bantam teams in there practicing, even maybe to an extent Pee-wee. But you have the novice, the younger kids. Those are suitable rinks. Put some lipstick on them. They're
great rinks for kids.
Put some lipstick on them. Blow out some. I don't mind the private thing.
I don't either.
How's the? I'm not a big ice plant guy. I don't know. That would be the main thing. Yeah. Ice plant and Zamboni. Speaking of that, town of Bethune.
Go ahead.
They're going to rental. I was talking to Carmen Curtis out there. Absolute beauty. Does a great job on that rink. That's a fantastic rink. It's cold though, really cold. Played senior there for years, so they have a rental Zamboni right now because they had to buy a new one.
Yep,
$130,000, and that's as base model as you get. That's your Pontiac Sunfire with hubcaps and no leather at all, like CD player optional.
It's got to clean the ice.
So but they're fundraising. They're getting this going. They got some donations and all that kicked in, and I was just like, man, I said, how much do they go up to? And he's like $300,000.
What kind of differences come on a Zamboni between 130 and 300?
There would be some.
Cup holders?
GPS. but think about. So if you can get that rink in the city, and you're gonna have somebody that goes, no, we can't let them blow out that wall and build new dressing rooms. It's like, why?
Yeah.
What can common sense prevail here?
No, it won't.
Can we be like Montana, where they just let people build stuff because it makes sense? Sorry, I know some people are gonna be like, "Ooh, damn Americans, ooh, bad Americans. They're taking our football game." But build some new rooms. And like the Shro Arena in Saskatoon that literally has 30-some dressing rooms.
Yep. Because
these teams pay for them, and then they rent them and they lease them out. And then that ice surface, you got guys that will skate there from 6 in the morning until, if you just want to go old timers, then get all them out there. And people, we're gonna spruce up the rink a bit.
Yep.
We're gonna put some new lights in. They're very dark.
It is very dark.
If you're a tinted visor guy, in those rinks, you ain't seeing much.
No, it's dark.
You're like Ronnie Millsap style.
It's dark. Yeah.
So then you put some lipstick on it. You clean it up. You build some new rooms. Maybe you get a little snack bar, some chicken wings upstairs. Which why wouldn't you? I don't mind that idea.
I don't see the fault in it at all.
How much would that be worth? I haven't bought property in a long time.
They say they're going to save $130,000 by closing the Optimist.
So
a decent bottle drive would keep the Optimist.
Let's give them 132.
Yeah. Get out of my rink.
We can make that happen. With your network.
All right. Calls out.
And my persuasiveness.
Yeah. We're making sales. Building a rink.
Should we have a SportsCage GoFundMe to buy the? Let's do it. SportsCage.
This is how these things.
Monday nooners are our first. We'll put in some money.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
GoFundMe to buy the Optimist. Kinsman, take a seat.
Yeah.
We want the Optimist.
We want the Optimist.
We want to go south side.
Yeah. There's more park space around there. It'll be easier to work with.
Well, and they don't have those train tracks.
Yeah, train tracks are bad.
Yeah. Put the club in your vehicle. Yeah, I like it. How save 130?
Yeah.
What are they going to tax? This is where we got to negotiate.
Oh, we're getting a tax break.
We're not paying taxes for the first couple of years. Till we get off our feet.
Are you kidding? We may not pay taxes ever because we took this off the city's headache.
Damn, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Damn, that's hey, here come the text messages.
Chad,
here
phone
come
in.
The text messages.
Where's Darren Anderson from the city? Can he call in?
We should take calls on this. Let's breathe here. Let's go to break. Let's let everybody. Colson's peeing his pants laughing so hard over there. let's breathe here. We'll come back. We'll talk to Chase Surkan, hockey, young guy.
And then we'll come back.
He skated in the Optimist, and
sure he did.
Between him and Maddox Schultz in a few years, they'd be able to go in their pocket and buy ththose rinks. The way these guys are buzzing.
And most of the time when you're playing old timers, you're playing 4-on-4 anyway. The Optimist is perfect.
I don't know about that. I disagree on 4-on-4 is Bush League. It's a Sports Cage. We're streaming through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com and on the mighty 620 CKRM. Okay, welcome back to the Sports Cage. There you see on the Western Pizza guest hotline joining us over video, Chase Surkan, Regina boy, playing for the Brandon Wheat Kings, having a heck of a year. It's game day. I'm actually quite impressed. You take some time. What's game day consist of for you, Chase?
Yeah, it depends if it's a weekend or a weekday game.
Let's say weekday.
We just went weekday, yeah. So today we just went to school for about an hour. Then we head to the rink. We do our meetings, and then we have pregame skate, which depends, like 20 minutes. And then we head home, usually eat, and then nap time, and then get ready for the game.
Right on. What's the billet situation like? I know, obviously, moving away from home. Now you're full-time billet. Give a shout out to your billets. How's that for you?
Yeah, I have unreal billets. Sean and Amanda are unreal. They're awesome cooks, and I actually have two billet brothers. One's 2010, and then the one is grade 3, I think. Cody. Yeah, so I have unreal billets.
I bet you Cody keeps you busy, though. Does he want to play like mini sticks all the time and keep you running around?
Oh, yeah. Lots of mini sticks and lots of fighting, too.
That's awesome. How comfortable are you with the league as we get into December here now? You got a few months under your belt. You're having a heck of a season, 17 games, 12 goals, 10 assists, 22 points. How comfortable are you, Chase?
Yeah, just the older guys have obviously been huge getting into the league, and I think I've adapted pretty well, and I think I've had to change my game a bit to obviously adapt to the bigger and stronger guys in the league. So I think it's been a smooth change so far.
A lot of guys will say whatever the jump is in league, even, you saw it bantam to midget AAA and then into junior, and then as they go into the pros, a lot of guys will say speed is the biggest thing. Is speed the biggest thing there for you, or is it the size, the physicality of guys, or is it both?
I'd probably say the size, just because Telus obviously was really fast, and that obviously helped going into the Western League this year. So I'd probably say size is the biggest difference.
Let's talk about that run last year with the Pats C's. Magical. Now guys are playing different places and all that, but I'm sure there's a lot of chat groups and you guys are on chat groups together. That's a magical run, because you, Maddox, I think Montaigne, you guys have your banners in C6 now, Pat Blues and Pat Canadians. I don't even know if that hits home at your young age, but later when you're older, you'll walk in there and see those. Your dad's age, my age, whatever, you're going to be like, holy cow, that's quite the accomplishment. I got 2 banners hanging in there. Has it hit home at a young age?
Honestly, I don't think so. I probably don't realize how big that is, honestly. So when I'm older, I'll definitely be looking at those banners.
Right on. What were your goals going into this season personally?
I think just having a good start. It's obviously tough. You can lose a lot of confidence if you're falling behind at the start of the year. So I think having a huge start was obviously a big part for me.
Marty Murray, do you ever watch any of his old videos and how much of a weapon he was back in the 90s?
No, I haven't. I searched him up on Elite Prospects, and he's got some crazy stats. So I haven't seen video. Well.
He was good, and they had a wagon in Brandon as well. Talk about Marty, though, as a coach. I know him a little bit as a guy, great guy. As a coach, what kind of coach is he? Because you had, Rob Montaigne with the Pat Blues, you had Hodgie with the Pat C's and that group. Different coaches, right? And different coaches get the best out of players in different ways. What's Marty Murray like?
Yeah, he's an awesome coach so far. I love our systems. I love everything about him. He was a smaller guy too, so he's been able to help me in areas like that and just in the corners and knowing where the open spots are on the ice.
Do you guys do you guys watch a lot of tape? I'm sure at that level, and is he going through that? Like, what kind of things would he help you with there?
Yeah, we do. Like, we do team video sessions, and then we also do like individual player sessions, which is like with our assistant coaches. They just pull up like tape from your game and pull out clips that you need to work on and like things that you're doing really good.
What are some of the things that you need to work on?
I think a couple of things were just like awareness in the D zone, like not losing your D man, like falling in behind you, keeping your head on a swivel is one thing.
Right on. Let's talk about the expectations. Playoffs are the expectations in Brandon. Obviously, it seems like that every year.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, we had a slow start, not like we hoped or imagined, but yeah, I think playoffs are obviously what we want to accomplish.
It's not that far, right? It's not like you're playing 12 hours away or a flight away. You're 3 hours down the road for mom and dad and then the family to come and watch. What is it like playing in Brandon? What can you tell us about playing in that community? Because they are crazy for their junior hockey.
Yeah, obviously it's a smaller city for sure, but I think we have some of the best fans in the league. So that's obviously a huge part when it comes to the games.
What U17 challenge playing for Canada and Team Red? What was that like?
Yeah, pulling the jersey over my head for the first time was something I'll never forget for sure. So obviously getting to represent your country is something special and something I'll never take for granted.
What was the gameplay like in that? Was it what you expected?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, you kind of do a little pre-scout on the teams before, but you don't really know what to expect. And then when you get into the games, it's obviously super fast and physical. So, yeah.
You guys beat Canada White in the final. Your boy, Maddox Schultz. Please say there was some chirping going on.
Honestly, not a whole lot of chirping, but sometimes I just like to send him the picture of like our team in the middle with the championship trophy, and he doesn't like that too much.
Chase Surkan joining us here on the Western Pizza Guest Hotline. Brandon Wheat King, former Regina Pat Canadian, Regina Pat Blue. Who was your favorite junior hockey player? Probably a Regina Pat. Who was your favorite Regina Pat growing up and why?
I think in that Memorial Cup run, Sam Steele was obviously someone that I loved to watch. He was unreal, so I'd probably say him. And obviously more recently, Connor Bedard was obviously someone that everyone wanted to watch.
Was it just strictly the offense? Was it obviously Bedard's shot? He had the full package, and so did Steele. Was there something that you really keyed on with those guys?
I think Bedard's awareness and hockey IQ is something I like to watch every night. Obviously, the shot is just unreal too. So I think the hockey IQ is definitely the thing that I picked up on the most.
Okay, who's your favorite player now? Like, who do you NHL or whatever? Who's your favorite player? Who do you like to watch?
I love to watch Cole Caulfield, being a smaller guy like me, and he's got a good shot too. So I think that's someone who I try to model my game after and who I like watching a lot. Yeah,
that's a good one. What are you weighing in at? You say a smaller guy. What are you weighing in at right now? Because you're on the ice a lot.
Yeah, right now probably about like 170-ish, but it flexes in between games and stuff. Obviously, losing weight.
Yeah, oh, that'd be so hard. I know you got to live around the corner from us, and I always remember people talking about all you did was shoot pucks. And everyone does that, right? All the kids do it and all that. But give it to us real. Was it an everyday thing? Was it maybe every other day when you could in that garage? You know, how often were you shooting pucks?
I'd say it was mostly every single day I was in the garage shooting pucks. I just love the game so much, so I would try and get in there every day, but some days it wouldn't work out. But yeah.
Did you break anything in there?
I don't know what it is, but there's this like vacuum thing behind the net that's had to get repaired a couple times. So we put up a huge board behind the net, so nothing's been broken anymore.
Mike did some repairs out there. I love it. Chase, congratulations, man. Obviously, you're just starting this thing. You're only a few months in. You know, a lot of people are watching what you're doing and rooting for you and pulling for you. And it's going to be exciting when you get to come back every time to the Brandt Center and we watch you play. Thanks for doing this on a game day. Best of luck the rest of the year, man.
Yeah, thanks, Barney. I appreciate it.
There's Chase Surkan from the Brandon Wheat Kings. What a season he's having. Like I said, 17 games played, 12 goals, 10 assists, 22 points. They're in action against the Saskatoon Blades tonight. SportsCage on the home of local sports in Saskatchewan, streaming through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com and on 620 CKRM. Oh, welcome back. Wednesday for Regina Motor Products. Purchase a set of 4 new eligible winter tires before December 31st and receive up to $120 in instant rebates. RMP. You saw it. People driving around on their bald all seasons the other day. Don't be that.
Getting out of control.
That person, please. Get some good winter tires. It's just going to get worse. And if you go, I'm going to tough it out. I'm going to be able to get by. It's December. We drive in awful until late March.
Yeah.
And then even then you're dicey into April sometimes.
Yeah. Just get it done. Get yourself. Don't be the guy that's causing all the accidents.
You got $120 in instant rebates at RMP, so basically you're getting 1 tire for free. Who doesn't like a free tire?
Yeah.
RMP. When Sharky's here, he's for Flooring Superstore.
Who were out and did an amazing job.
Cash and carry prices.
Very happy.
That can't be beat. Trent Dickin and his team over 20 years of service. I love it. We struck a nerve.
We did.
On the Prairie Land Rentals text line, 936-6262. No one is confident or no one is eager enough to call yet, though, and debate. But Kelly on the YouTube chat says, beside every 1970 era rink in Regina, so that's the Hamilton, Staples, Mahan, and then we can let's throw the Kinsman, let's throw the Optimus Belfer in there. A lot like Saskatoon, you get nothing but area to build rooms.
Yep.
It's
all
almost,
kinds of space.
I would have loved to go back and figure out why they did it like that. It's like, well, was it saving money? Really? You needed an extra 10 feet in each room. You had nothing but space. I would love to know why. I'm not being sarcastic on this. I was just like, what was the thought process? So
I think the Kinsman and Optus were actually funded by those 2 service clubs. I think they
partially.
Yeah. I think they had something to do with it, and the city had so much money, and they came up with the rest, right? So
if you're just joining us, we're just saying if the city wants to shutter the Optimist and Kinsman, fine. They save $130,000 a year, which seems like chump change for the city. The way they blow money.
Yeah, you think
they spend it.
They'd have some other black holes to look in, but anyway.
But then, okay, awesome, good idea. Get out of the hockey rink business.
Yeah.
Now, Sharky's thinking he could muster up a few fellas, maybe some ladies, and buy the Optimist.
Now I got to get some permission from the city to build on dressing rooms.
Absolutely, you need some space.
Yep.
You need some tax break, maybe, because you got to put money into it.
That's right.
And they're going to go, well, you're getting a good deal on this. Well, then why don't you keep running it then?
Yeah, if it's such a good deal, keep running it. Yeah, exactly.
So now, do you got to buy your own Zamboni? They might as well sell you the Zamboni.
They're not going to take it back. What are they going to do with it? They've already got a bunch.
Yeah. So, and then you build new rinks, you put new lights in, maybe some new glass. And in a rink like that,
you think
you could buy some used glass somewhere.
So you think about it. They're saying they're going to save $130,000 by closing that rink down. That tells me the operating costs for that arena for the year are $130,000.
I find that really low.
I do too.
The expenses of Sask Energy, then the water. I don't know how taxes work for a city-owned. It's got to be way more than that.
I'm getting out the abacus.
You got to pay how many employees? 130 is low. That's a weird number. That's not computing in my brain. Kelly said, it makes sense. He says put a Timmy's up front. You can't put a Timmy's because you got to conform to everything
I'm not
that
paying
Timmy's wants.
franchise fees.
I think
and
you got to have a
everything
drive-through actually, technically now.
Yeah.
It all boil. I don't read Jeffries much. He's in Calgary and just likes to stir the pot. We all know that guy. It all boils down to a certain stadium built in Regina that wasn't at all affordable for the jurisdiction. Partially correct, but the new stadium is not. Mosaic Stadium has nothing to. At this point in 2025 now, when did that open? 2017.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with this. That there's way other fish to fry and problems and all of that. Okay, here's while we're on this subject, the one thing I can't get by Saskatoon, where any city that you're trying to get people to go downtown, because they make a lot of money off it. I know you're going to say that. Why charge for parking? And then why be so diligent in screwing people with tickets? Like when you think about it, it's like these business, they just want them to come down. And then you have Buddy roll by in his vest and just be like, gotcha. Here's another 70. It's like, just let people park downtown.
And if you're going to make it 2 hours, just chalk the vehicles.
Old school.
Just chalk the vehicles. Right?
Used to do that. I used to live downtown Saskatoon for a while. We only had one parking spot underneath.
Yeah.
So out there, and I figured out the chalk thing. Figured out a little scam.
You were a chalk guy, didn't you?
I figured out a little scam around that. It was good. But yeah, no, it's... Where's the other message here? Yeah, so many people just saying it makes sense. Saying it makes sense to do this. Some people don't live in Regina. The other thing. The Prairie Storm and Lumsden and all that, they have so many teams. They're taking up a lot of ice.
Oh, sure.
And close to Bethune's, the Lumsdens, the Balgonis,
Southie, Cupar, like
Pilot.
They're everywhere.
So now you got to go even further.
Yeah.
And so someone just messaged about the outdoor rinks and the city, not upkeeping that. Before we fly off the handle with that, I'm telling you, as someone that's lived through it, it might be better to just have the communities run the ODRs. Because the other thing that I always hated about the city, and when I moved to Regina, and you'd want to go twirl the ODR on a nice day in March, it's closed.
Yeah.
Stop taking care of them.
Yeah, they stopped caring.
So then if you have the community-owned rinks, like Saskatoon, where you got a bunch of volunteers, and they have a shack key, and they got shovels, and, hopefully they don't go missing. It's way better. I'm telling you, person that's lived through both, way better. Like Buddy on the half-ton clearing the snow. When it's a big dump of snow, that's where you run into trouble. But then you need a snowblower guy.
You need skid steer guy.
Or skid steer guy.
Yeah.
There's enough volunteers in the city and good people and people that want the kids out there playing, whether it's their own. A lot of retirees.
There's a rink right by my house in the south end, Grant Road School. On a nice day...
You can get out there and twirl?
No, I missed my twirl days. But on a nice day, it's like an anthill. There's kids all over that thing, right? So there's obviously a need, desire, and demand. We want kids to be healthier, safer, make good choices, do good things, so they don't end up living in the alleyway behind this building. And what are we going to do? We're going to eliminate any wintertime activities for them. Nice. We're going to take all our money invested in homeless shelters so we don't have to look after children.
The communities will, the neighborhood, the community, they'll step up and they'll take on these. There's some really nice ODRs that the city has done in the city in the last little while. And I said it before, and I know it's like weather dependent and you need places to dress. Novice and Adam kids, let them play outside. Let them practice outside. I remember doing it as a kid, and it was already like my brother, like that was the thing. Probably when you were older or younger.
And even some of the rinks in the small towns are the equivalent of being outside because they're natural ice.
It's beautiful. It's
I didn't play
beautiful.
on artificial ice till I was like 12.
There's nothing wrong with it. Hey, it's too cold. Cancel it. What did that cost us?
Yeah, nothing.
Okay, we were going to move that game to this time. And then as far as the shacks and changing, Atco trailers, put up another shack, Freeze Tallman. So many ice.
Yeah.
What
What are you doing with all the city buses you got abandoned over there at 6th Avenue?
I'm still looking into if we can run a GoFundMe page to buy the rink ourselves. SportsCage rink.
I like it.
SportsCage, and then it'll be 1980 prices some nights. SportsCage, streaming through our YouTube channel if you want to watch along. SportsCage.com and on 620
if you get in on the
CKRM.
ground now, you'll get your own dressing room. Your team will get their own room.
BC Lions signed top CFL receiver Keon Hatcher to a multi-year contract extension today. 31-year-old led the CFL with 1,688 receiving yards and a career-high 102 receptions and 9 touchdowns last season. Western Hockey League, Saskatoon Blades are in Brandon, Prince Albert's in Medicine Hat, Swift Current in Tri-City. The Prairie Junior Hockey League, Fort Knox is in Assiniboia to take on the Southern Rebels, 7:30 start there. Female AAA Midget League, it's the Notre Dame Hounds at the Weyburn Gold Wings, 7 p.m. in Weyburn. National Hockey League Canadian teams, Winnipeg and Montreal, the only 2 teams are playing against each other. 6:30 start our time. And at the Canadian Senior Curling Championships, they're ongoing. We'll update you next hour. My computer just froze. Bruce Corte and Amber Holland will do that. It's for Bundle and Save with Reliance Heath. Rent a new water heater and softener together and get $400 in cash back. Call on Reliance today. Let's get into Sprinkle of the Day right now. For Sports Select, sportselect.com on your phone, on your laptop, on wherever. You get a QR code and you pick the games. Boom, you go in, they scan it, and that's how she works now. Unless you want to fill out the forms like the old days, I don't mind that. Okay, pull it up, Colson, sportselect.com. Winnipeg, Montreal. This game tonight. So when it has a little S on it at sportselect.com, that's a single. You can play a singleton there. You can just play one game.
One.
Yeah, remember the old
game.
days? You had to play 3.
Yeah,
No. Chicay.
Goofy. Yeah.
So if you want the over/under here, Sharky, you want the.
What do you got? 6.5 there.
Yeah. Hey, again, I'm a sucker for these ties to go into overtime.
You know, you've talked about it a lot, and you've never bet them.
Oh, every Sunday I bet the football ones.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much. 380 is the tie. Winnipeg in Montreal. Winnipeg's on a slide. Montreal is sliding away.
No, they're better in their last 5. They're better in the last 5. They had a bad streak.
Okay, so which one do you like here on this? One single bet. Do you like the over/under? Do you want the point spread?
What do you got on the over/under?
6 is the number.
I'd take the over.
Sharky's going over. So there, if you put 5 down, you'd win 9. Generate code, boom, scan it. Grab a wherever you go. Sherwood Co-op. I was at Sherwood Co-op today, Rochdale. Their bake treats, that peanut butter marshmallow thing they always have sitting there. Oh, so good.
What do you? Why are you doing that to me? Why would you do that?
And they have the little lotto spot. You can just scan it there. There's your Sports Select. Play must be 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
That's rude.
Cash in hand. When you're ready to bet on the original sportselect.com. That is your sprinkle of the day. Hour 2. We're going to continue the conversation. Keep the text messages coming on the Rinks. GoFundMe page hopefully up by 4:30, and Arash Madani will join us. It is a Sports Cage on 620 CKRM. Welcome back. Like you said, it's for Regina Motor Products. We appreciate them on Wednesday. Sharky's with me on Wednesday today, not Thursday when Sharky's here. He's for Flooring Superstore, Trent Dickin and his team. Over 20 years in business.
Doing a great job. Love what they did.
I love this. We're going here. Prairie Land Rentals text line is a buzzsaw. People want to chime in on the Rinks.
I like it.
Let's go. Okay. Let's get to a text message here. Greg. Greg's a smart cookie. Greg's the kind of guy we need. Greg, what are you doing right now? Can you come down to 12th and Rose?
Yeah, you want to join the board of directors, Greg?
Bring your Interact card. We're going to walk down to the city later and buy a hockey rink. He says, I like your juice, boys, but be sure it's zoned now for single-family lots or commitment from the city before it goes any further. Gives you an out if it doesn't pan out. Demo cost plus servicing for 4 or 5 lots gets you your money back. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Greg.
130 is at least half of what your realistic cost would be. Need a good... that I don't know what that is. I think he's guy, gal, Jacinta.
I don't know.
Anyway, Greg, you got me. So If the $130,000 doesn't make any sense to me because you just ran some numbers.
I did 7 days a week, four sales a day at $300 an hour.
That's ice sessions.
That's right. 4 ice sessions a day, $300 an hour. 7 days a week, 7 months, at almost $300,000 in revenue. Haven't done it on a weekend, haven't done it on a holiday, right? Just 7 days a week. Hadn't priced anything else inclusive, the naming rights, the new arena rent, the concession, the dressing room rentals, all of that not included, right? At $300K.
If it's $130,000, we should literally go buy it tomorrow. If that's what they want for it. But then we need an inspection. We got an inspection guy, don't we?
We got to know somebody.
Brenner? Can you do
He's our architect.
He's our architect.
Yeah.
Because we need to build upstairs. We're going to have a nice
dress rooms out the back. Yeah.
This is crazy. And then the dressing rooms out the back, if anyone ever knows anything about the Shore Arena in Saskatoon, yes, it's not Rogers Place.
Yeah, but we don't need it to be Rogers Place.
It is just you let these groups build a dressing room. You build it with them.
Yep.
They pay you the rent. They get to keep their gear there. They take your gear home. And then your wife's like, do you really need to put your gear there?
Yeah.
You need to air your gear there?
It smells, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can it come out of the kitchen?
So then now, basically, they're paying for the rooms. I think, I wish some of the boys were listening up there. I'll find out how much they pay for a room for the next break in Saskatoon and Shro.
Let's get on that.
And then
20 dress rooms. I still haven't rented it out during the day. Still haven't rented it out on the weekends to kids.
You're going to get some of those old timers to come and skate there. It's good. It's like, trust me, marketing guy in me. You rate cut the cooperators. They get their own room.
You don't even have to rate cut the cooperators.
No, but why wouldn't you?
No,
just out of spite, do it.
Well, first, our roof doesn't leak, so that's the first thing.
Well, you're not sure on that. That's why we need the inspector.
Well, we can run the tarps on the outside instead of on the inside. Anyway, you don't have to rate cut the cooperators. You can still be the same rate, but do something simple, right? Prepay, get your beer delivered to your room. Everybody knows you're bringing in beer to the room.
Bring your own beer in.
No, it's licensed. You can't do. There's some legal rules to that around that. Well, like technically, it's illegal to take beer to the dressing room. Okay, it's illegal for me to jaywalk, but I did it on the way to the gym today too. I know, and if you got caught,
wouldn't that be a ticket? Hey, let me write you a jaywalking ticket.
They do in Saskatoon, by the old Hudson's Bay there, across to the.
Guaranteed, this person's not leaving their name. Oh no.
Okay.
The $130,000 is their net operating loss. That's why it would cost them $130,000. Thank you.
Whoever you are.
Leave your name next time. So then they also said, regarding the Optimus of Kinsman, they were built back in the 50s, I believe. And they were originally built with only 2 dressing rooms each. Someone else might chime in on this, but they cut the 2 dressing rooms into 4, and that's why they're so ridiculously small. I assume the 50s, they didn't anticipate how busy the rinks would get. And in the 50s, you had little gear.
You had a very small bag. Mm-hmm. Yeah, didn't even have a helmet.
You didn't. You were a floppy hat guy out there playing.
You wore a toque. Yeah.
What were some of the good names in the 50s? Sid? Sid was out there skating with Abel.
Abel? Sid was Abel. That was the last name.
That is a guy.
There was a lot of Murrays.
Robert? No, that's your name.
It's my real name. Yeah. I don't know. Who else you got in there?
Man, I'm drawing a blank on 50s names. I should.
William?
Richard? There'd be some Jacks.
No.
Johns. Georges.
Winston?
No.
Cornelius?
I think that's back in like the 1800s.
Carl?
There might have been a Carl. Yeah.
Any Garys?
Walter?
Lots of Walters.
That's my dad's name.
Yeah. Some Kens. Some Keiths.
Lots of Kens.
And Lloyds.
Ken Jr. Why would you do that? Oh, this is... Greg's a math guy. Who's into math guy?
I'm not worried about $130,000 operating loss because they don't run it very well, so we can...
Greg, make your way down here. Let's make this happen.
Yeah.
And you can start the GoFundMe page. Tegan, who does the show on Mondays now, she said she's building us a proposal as we speak. We haven't even got rid of the naming rights. Naming rights of this thing, naming rights of the... Like, the bar is the easiest money we're going to make.
We're calling Spiro.
Spiro's going to put wheels. We're going to have wheels and wings.
That's all we got. Wheels, wings, and cold beer. What else do you want after playing hockey?
Slappers.
Yeah.
VLTs. Oh, let's go. Let's go.
Now we're making money.
Let's talk to Arash Madani.
It's time to go coast to coast with Arash Madani for Smart Investing Solutions. Be smart with your money. Call Brian Gawley at Smart Investing Solutions, 546-2533.
You walked into a little bit of a, what?
I was
storm
quite
today.
amused. I was quite amused by all of that.
The city, it is an entertaining program. You know this. The city's thinking about closing two of the less attractive hockey rinks because they want to save some money. Now, they are, but with the right people behind them and the ability to maybe build some rooms and stuff, Sharky and I are onto something here.
Yeah.
And some of the texters.
Yeah. We don't think it's long. We're going to have this covered.
You want to throw some of that out east money? This is a transfer payment kind of thing, but bring it back this way?
I think we were lied to as kids when they told us the adults have it all figured out. Honestly, like a couple of weeks ago, McGill University announces 15 of their athletic programs have been cut. Yeah. Simon Fraser University is going to leave NCAA to come to U Sports, and with it, they're going to cut like 5 programs. How about instead of just cutting, removing, closing, we try to work on solutions to fix things, to make things better and move forward? How about, like, what happens here? We ask kids, we ask athletes all the time, hey, if you run into adversity, figure it out. Find a way. Persevere. And then something like this happens where you got to go put in the work and roll up the sleeves and come up with a solution. What are we saying? Nah. We're just going to turn the lights off.
Yeah. Close it down. Shut it.
So then the other thing they're going with, Arash, and I know this for a fact, but I think they are city-owned in Toronto because I know some guys that played on them. They want to get rid of the community ODRs, the outdoor rinks, and the city, because in Regina the city takes care of them. I'm from Saskatoon. You know how many in Saskatoon? Great, there's some great ODRs in Saskatoon. How many city ODRs the city takes care of in Saskatoon? 0. Get out of the ODR business. Let the community associations take care of them. The volunteers, they're going to stay open longer. They're going to be better taken care of. The shacks are going to be open. This is not the end of the world. And now people are like losing their minds. Like they're just going to go and bulldoze them.
Yeah.
It's like, no, they're not going to do that.
Why are we taking away infrastructure, opportunity, recreation, physical activity? By the way, Sharky, it didn't... It made me chuckle when Barney just dropped in casually. I went to the gym today. Yeah, you're looking buff. But why are we doing all of this? Like, what is going on?
We're using that money for homeless shelters.
Oh, don't let's not go there.
Don't get me started on
it. No, but just look. You have a Department of Recreation. You have an obligation. You have work to do, and find a way. The easy thing is just to throw the keys on the table and walk away. Anybody can do that. So why are we paying you to be in charge?
Sounds like Ryan Dinwiddie. Throw the keys on the table, walk away. How's that segue?
Yeah, I'll take 3 years, 500,000, and a better title. Yeah, I do that too.
Who's Mike Miller?
Great question, Sharky.
He built the Optimist.
This is an interesting thing. I was thinking about this the last couple of days around the CFL. Like, obviously, Mike Miller's the Argos quarterbacks coach. He's been there the last few years. He and Dinwiddie actually worked together with the Alouettes way back in like 2013 or something like that. And when they parted ways, Dinwiddie said to Mike, hey, man, if I ever get a head coaching opportunity, I want to work with you. And he lived up to his word. But, like this show right here is quintessential CFL. Like February, March, April, we're talking about 3-down football. And I honestly mean this. How many of your viewers / listeners honestly, A, knew who Mike Miller was before yesterday, B, could point him out in a lineup?
Oh, I couldn't pick him out of a room of 2.
I know Matt Miller,
Right.
and I was actually quite impressed if he was going to be the coach of the Argos. Yeah, I didn't know who he was.
So I just found that interesting. The other part of all this, guys, is that, okay, yes, they went internally. I'm all for promoting from within and, especially somebody on the offense side of the ball, et cetera, et cetera.
If it makes sense.
And look, Mike Miller's a good football coach, all those things. But did anybody outside the building that had the chops, were they interested in the position? I really wonder. I
don't think so. Because the other guy they were talking to was Costanza, not George. Pete. Which I still think would have been epic for the league to have a Costanza as a head coach in the CFL.
Giving away our water pick.
Well, and don't forget, Sharky, the other guy they were talking to was a guy named Mickey Donovan, the special teams coach. So we could have had a Mickey. We could have had a Costanza. The only thing we were missing was a Daffy and a Roadrunner.
No, Kramer.
Oh,
Got to be some sort of Kramer guy. Kramer and Mickey. Those two are the best. No, but it's... So, John Huffnagel. Can we go to that?
I mean, out of nowhere. Out of nowhere.
I have Jock Wilson coming on in the last hour from Calgary Sports Talk to see, did anybody have a sniff of this, Jock?
So I had heard a couple of things. I had heard that John Hofnagel wanted back into football operations, even though as air quote team president, he was still intimately involved in football operations with the Stampeders. He just wasn't on the football operations cap because who knows who's on that thing and who isn't. And the indication I had kind of surmised was that if Dinwiddie were to stay under his terms in Toronto, is that he wanted Huff as his senior football advisor, GM, whatever you want to call it, there. I mean, Dinwiddie kind of learned the football business from Huffnagel when he was the quarterbacks coach in Calgary. But I thought when Dinwiddie left, okay, that ship had sailed. But then you look at it now, Michael Clemens is the GM. John Murphy is the day-to-day football guy over there with the Argonauts. Murphy and Huffnagel work together in Calgary. Murphy's probably going to need somebody he can kind of look to for counsel, etc. A sober second thought. How do we go and operate this stuff with paperwork and the rest? You bring in John Huffnagel. That's the best way I can kind of connect all the dots on how this came to be.
So is Huffnagel really going to be the general manager and pinball, the president? What is it going to be?
No.
That is a great question.
Pinball just does dinners, doesn't he? Doesn't he just do the dinner circuit?
Smile guy.
Yeah.
Look, if you right now go to MLSE's main page and their leadership group, from I think there are 4, 8, 12, 16 faces there, including all the business side, etc. But the 4 sports people are Brad Treliving, the Leafs GM, Bobby Webster, the Raptors GM, Michael Clemens as the Argonauts GM, and then Jason Hernandez from Toronto FC. So he's the face of it. What goes on inside the building, I could not tell you, and I don't know.
We had, it's so crazy. We had a Costanza, a Mickey, a Murphy. All we're missing is an O'Brien.
And we got a pinball.
O'Brien, Murphy, and a limousine to a rally at the Madison Square Garden. Where else do we want to go here? Let's. Miller had interviewed for the Bombers' offensive coordinator job.
Yeah, he had. Which is weird because the Bombers haven't announced that their offensive coordinator is gone. And you kind of ask around over there in Winnipeg what's going on, and everybody shrugs their shoulders, and they're like, I guess ask Mike O'Shea. And I'm told Wade Miller's involved in the OC interviews as well. I mentioned this last week. I think if it's up to Zach Caleros, he wants Tommy Condell, who just left Ottawa as the OC in Ottawa, but we'll see.
That's the worst in a place of business where you know some people know something and they play dumb.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I know you know.
Yeah. And what I know is you're not going to be here after lunch. So, yeah.
Can we do a little bit of... I want to throw this at... He has no idea the Lane Kiffin thing.
No, I just read it today. I read it.
Isn't that something? People out there that are like, who cares about American college football? It's not even, you don't even have to think like that. Just about what happened here is he's coaching Ole Miss. I'll dummy it down for myself and coaching Ole Miss. LSU, Louisiana State University, is probably one of the best football jobs, no doubt about it. It's supposed to be the best atmosphere, even better than Tuscaloosa. He is taking the LSU job, and then he wanted to coach Ole Miss into the playoffs, and they said, pound sand. They're like, get out of here.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah, you don't get to do a victory lap.
So Barney, this is the best way of explaining this, okay? You're working as an executive at, I don't know, Royal Bank, okay? You're involved intimately with everything happening at the bank.
Will
you
Arnett's
go to your bosses and you
anymore.
say, there you go. You say, hey, I just accepted a position at CIBC down the street, but I'm going to stick around for the next month. I'm going to make sure that I have access to all the files and all the financials and all the secrets and all the people.
Safe.
And then on my terms, when I'm done, I'm going to walk out the door with whatever I feel like, and I'm going to go down to your competitor. How does that sound?
And I'm going to take our best teller, Susie.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take our best mortgage guy or girl. I'm going to take all these people with me.
Yes.
I don't have a problem with this. I think as soon as you give notice, whatever you're leaving for, right, that I'm done.
Bye.
Thank you. Get out.
I don't like
give me the key.
I don't like the rule that these guys can leave a team high and dry going into the playoffs.
Well, they would have known.
No, they didn't. I mean, he coached the game on the weekend, and you know.
You know
what's
like,
amazing about all this?
You know what it's like? Sorry, I kind of thought about this yesterday. In a roundabout way, it would have been like Mike O'Shea, who the Bombers were going into the playoffs. Yeah, I knew they weren't going to do well. We all knew that, but okay. They're going into the playoffs. Him leaving the Bombers right before the playoffs to go coach in Ottawa. Because LSU's not playing in for the national championship.
What if the starting quarterback said, hey, I'm just going to put myself in the transfer portal now, and I'm not going to play the playoff for you?
Oh, yeah. I know that lots of schools, kids that go to the portal, they immediately lock them out. Like, they're not playing anymore. They get no access to weight room, physio, right?
Understandable.
You're down the road.
And I don't want to sound like the old man yelling at the clouds here, okay? But just hear me out on this. Less than 1% of college athletes end up making a professional career in sport. At some point in all of this, is going to class and getting an education and a degree even enter the stratosphere anymore? Or is the scholarship and an education just like gone?
It's a business. It's not about education anymore.
Oh,
it's completely a business.
Do you have the clip, Coulson, Lane Kiffin?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, we're going to play this. We're going to keep the NFL stuff for Thursday or Friday, whenever you come back on, Arash. Listen to Lane Kiffin, part of his press conference with LSU, and there are people out there that believe this.
I'm never going to make a decision on money. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know what my contract is here. That's not very financially responsible, okay? I'm sure it's really good, okay? I don't know what it is, nor did I know at the other places what the numbers were. Because I said in the beginning, I told Jimmy Sexton, don't tell me the numbers, okay? I want to make a decision that has nothing to do with money for me. Now, tell me the numbers and the plan for what the money is for the players.
That is such a load of crap, or he's the dumbest human. That's an amazing football coach.
Yeah. That means if I was whatever he is in Mississippi State, or I just said, get out. If you're leaving us without knowing what you're getting paid, if you're volunteering at LSU, beat it.
And then
get out.
And the best is the people in the press conference that are laughing. Fake laugh guy. Like, what are you laughing? These are the same people that thought the climate taxing the climate. There are people out there that think this. Like, you honestly think he had no idea what his contract was? Come on.
And then they put up signs in the building that read like family. They put up signs in the building that are like character. They put up signs in the building that say values.
Yeah.
All right, Lane. All right, Lane. I got you. Yeah.
You notice there's none of that charade going on in the SportsCage studio. We are true to our roots. We are true to our roots. We got gambling stuff over there in the corner. Just beer. Okay, let's keep the NFL stuff for when do we go again? Friday, because you're traveling. Where are you going?
Friday. Going to Vancouver.
You want to stop?
We'll talk about that on Friday.
Possibly buy a hockey rink?
Yeah. Yeah. We could use a front man.
Depending on how things go in Vancouver, I might chip in.
Okay. All right.
Oh, I like it. Maybe you're playing the ponies.
Yeah.
Going down to Cloverdale. All right, buddy. We'll catch you Friday.
See you, boys.
Thanks, Arash.
Yeah.
Arash Madani is brought to you by Brian Golly, Smart Investing Solutions. Be smart with your money. Call Brian, 546-2533. This show, I could honestly do this until midnight.
You don't know what you're getting paid. Seriously. You signed a contract, you left a job, you don't know what you're getting paid.
Wasn't that something else? And people believe it. There are human beings out there that were in that room that was like, whoa, that's interesting. He doesn't know what he's getting paid, Jim.
He volunteers to be the head coach at LSU for no money.
Those are the people that get taken for a ride on a lot of things.
And the people that believe that.
The fake laughing in a press conference. I just want to shoot myself in the face when I hear that.
I would be like, oh my God. Like, what an idiot. Why would you say that?
And then just leaving a team high and dry. I guess he's done this before. Sorry, I'm not like super college football jock sniffer guy. Like, I know
Kiffin up to date. Yeah.
Like, I know what's going on, but I think he kind of did this before. And then he's like, it's the greatest job in college football. Although a lot of people do say it's like amazing, but this guy seems like a flake.
He seems like if he left a job for one that he doesn't know he's getting paid for, he doesn't seem like he's that bright a guy.
His wife must wear the belt and pants.
Oh,
he's clueless. How do I get? But just an absolute savant when it comes to coaching. One of those guys. He's like Rain Man.
Really? We'll see how much of a savant he is.
Bulls fan, I like this guy here on the YouTube chat today. He's saying the crazy thing, if Lane doesn't win a national championship in 4 years, he's going to be fired. How many years did they give Ed? That was another thing, LSU. When they hired him from, where did he come from? Notre Dame? And he showed up with a Louisiana accent. It was
all of a sudden.
It's hilarious. You can watch it. It's on YouTube. It's like
all of a sudden Louisiana accent guy.
LSU is an absolute circus. Really cool football venue and place and all that. But yeah,
Lane was at USC from 2001 to 6. Went to the Raiders for a short bit. Then to Tennessee for head coach. USC head coach 2010 to
Tennessee
2013.
was 1 year, and then he left to Southern California because I think he called that the greatest place to coach
football.
Southern California is pretty
So
damn.
USC head coach 2010, 2013. Alabama as a offensive coordinator 2014 to 2016. Went to Florida Atlantic 2017 to 2019. Ole Miss 2020 to 25.
Sounds like he's got the integrity of a honey badger.
They don't have great integrity?
No, they don't.
Okay.
Tough skin, no integrity.
Okay, we got to get back to the text line here in our hockey rink talk. This is taking on a life of its own. And we have the Clutch Performer coming up. Stay tuned. SportsCage on 620 CKRM. Okay, Clutch Performer time. For me, this might not be popular. I'm going to throw it out there. Carter Hart. First NHL game in net in 2 years last night for the Vegas Golden Knights. And if you had a chance to watch this overtime of this game and then the shootout, it was so entertaining. And he played so good. Both goalies did in the overtime. But Carter Hart, 27 saves, picked up the win for the Golden Knights. Like I said, he hasn't played in the NHL 2 years. The whole, suspension scandal, all that. But I thought, wow, that's...
good comeback.
It's a feat. That's my Clutch Performer. You?
I'm going with the guy who scored in overtime there for Chicago, Connor Bedard.
Was that a goal?
That was a goal.
If you're watching the stream here and you haven't seen this goal,
Yeah.
so it's
Unreal.
So what it is, it's a fake shot, and then he kind of pulls it like he's going to do the Datsuk, where you kind of pull it back, but Hart opens up his 5-hole, and I've seen
he
that.
just shovels it underneath.
You've seen that move 100 times after Datsuk did it.
Yeah.
But he does it where he goes 5-hole.
It's, I don't even have the thought process to do that. Man.
If you buy a hockey rink,
I'm missing
go
some
practice.
other thought processes. Yeah, I'll be practicing in my new rink.
Colson, you got one?
Yeah, I got one. So a few days ago, guy by the name of Seth Roraba tweeted out, Mike Tomlin will say something like, "We can't eat soup with forks, we need spoons." And the Steelers will sign a 2018 Pro Bowler to the practice squad. That was on November 30th. And then, December 2nd, Steelers claim Vikings wide receiver Adam Thielen from waivers. Guy called it 2 days in advance.
I didn't know that the Steelers got Thielen.
Yeah, they claimed him off waivers. So I don't think he was a Pro Bowler. I think he just missed the cut.
Oh, no, he was. I think he was.
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah.
He was unreal in 2018.
But yeah, I was just like, yeah.
How did that guy know that? Maybe he
If you throw enough crap against the wall,
you're
something's
bound to
gonna
get
stick.
something right.
It's like, oh my God, he's Nostradamus. How did you figure that law of or the more pitches you put out, you're bound to hit something, right? Okay, clutch performer, awesome. For Nick's Service in Emerald Park, they're your local Massey Ferguson, Challenger, Rogator, Gleaner, and Fent dealer. If you want to call them, 781-1077. Thanks to Nick's Service.
Summit Agribition
in Emerald Park. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to the hockey. Back to our rink.
I've already got a rough estimate on our 20.
If you're just driving home, we are thinking about purchasing the Optimist Arena. Possibly private, possibly a SportsCage venture with a GoFundMe page that will start later tonight.
This arena will be mainly for men, adult hockey.
Oh, women.
Oh, and women.
Play.
Sorry, and women. Yes, women.
And have their own rooms.
But adult hockey.
Everyone's building their own hockey rooms, so you're going to take your gear home.
Yeah.
Or that's like the Shore Arena in Saskatoon. I was going to text that guy how many rooms
I got to find some
are there.
pictures. Yeah. Let's get some photos of that Shore Arena.
And then they build the rooms, and then you have all these teams playing out of it. So and then it's better for the kids because they don't. Everyone always trashes the rinks anyway. So we're going to put new lights in and some lipstick it up. We're going to build a new lobby. We're going to have a little canteen/bar upstairs. Possibly bring in Spiro.
Possibly. We'll be talking to him on Friday.
Partner on a Express Western Pizza.
And, no Rugrats. Well, we'll let Rugrats on there occasionally, but you don't have to worry about it.
No. Money's money. You want to rent the rink on weekends?
Yeah.
Or whatever? Because that's the other thing. The old timers, we don't play on the weekends. So perfect.
Especially on Saturday, Sunday morning.
Yeah. So
but afternoon, they would like an afternoon.
You didn't consider in daytime rental yet into your profits.
No.
You didn't consider in naming rights. You didn't consider concession.
No.
Or beer sales or anything like that.
Board advertising.
You also didn't consider that shoulder season where maybe you could rent it out to a wedding
or tournaments.
No, you don't. You get the ice out of there.
Okay.
What about Mosaic? A couple of pavilions in there.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
The Afro-Caribbean pavilion, they like their hockey because they party. Get them and the Ukrainians together.
That'd be a good spot. Yeah.
Like a hybrid.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on to something here.
I like where we're going with this.
July and August might be hot in there. But there's a ball hockey.
Could have a ball hockey.
Box lacrosse.
Lots of activities.
What else?
We're just looking for some people to join in on our GoFundMe page.
No. We got enough.
You think we got enough?
We're going to have enough.
Okay.
I think we're going to have enough just with the people you know.
I'm reaching out.
Colson, you're going to learn to drive a Zamboni?
All right.
With GPS?
Yeah.
We're getting the model with cup holders.
But we have to. And a lot of people that are texting in, Prairie Line Rentals text line, you got to make sure. Somebody said here.
Zoning. We got some zoning issues.
About heritage. Is it a heritage? Can you tear it down?
I don't think there's nothing heritage about the Optimist. Good God.
No showers.
The showers might be heritage. The bathroom's heritage. Yeah.
We got to be able to build rooms, expand maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Obviously, a heavy inspection on a lot of things.
Yeah.
How much does an ice plant go for?
I don't know.
I think QPAR just had to do theirs a few years ago. Anybody in QPAR area listening? I know a Zamboni, because Bethune, Carmen Curtis is telling me you can get a low-end Zamboni 130, but if we're buying it from the city, they're throwing in the Zamboni.
If somebody from QPAR, if the mayor could call us and tell us what it costs for the new ice plant.
That was a few years ago now, too.
Dressing rooms. Okay.
Optimist. A souped-up Optimist. New sound system. We bring in a partner for a nice sound system.
Yeah.
Weekend tournaments. I like this.
I do, too.
Because then I'm all about rate cutting to get, because you know what, the sheet of ice is a little smaller, but these old timers that play at the Cooperators for 300 and
whatever at 11 o'clock at night.
No, I'm talking about the daytime guys. The guys when I drop the kids off in the morning, they're twirling in there with their rolly bags.
The senior guys. Yeah. I'm pretty close to being one of them.
Well, we both are.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Parents, if your kids are at the age where they should carry their hockey bags in, what are we doing?
They carry the bag. Yeah.
Kids can carry their own bags in after the age of 7.
We got to go to the Shore Arena. I need a tour.
It's not much to tour, man. It's not like we're going to the Ralph Engelstad University of North Dakota.
Well, I still want to see what they got going on.
It's a bunch of mazy hallways. It is something that I would have constructed. It's all choppy and all that, but it's comfy. It's home. You got tons of rooms, man. Are you getting an aerial view of it?
No, there's very few photos online. There's only just a photo of the outside of the
underground.
rink.
What do you got, Colson?
Oxbow was raising money for a new ice plant last year, is the only thing I can find, and it had a price tag of $700,000.
Ooh.
That was brand new.
Ooh.
And I imagine if you went synthetic or other ways too, you could save money too, but yeah.
Synthetic ice?
Yeah.
Colson doesn't play hockey.
No.
I was going to say Colson.
I am literally just skimming Google here.
Yeah.
That's why I'm driving the Zamboni. You guys are handling the dollars.
That's a huge price. That throws a monkey wrench in our plan. We need to find out how souped up. We got a refrigeration guy. I know a few.
Yeah.
We can go get them to go check that out. That throws a monkey wrench in. They have a lot of mosaic pavilions in there. 700 grand.
There's a lot of pizzas going out of there.
We're going to regroup. It's a SportsCage. We're streaming through our YouTube channel, sportscage.com. There's the intro.
Great intro.
We are going to get into it, right? It's back this year. The Senior Hockey Report. There's over 114 teams in the league. Or in the province. That's a lot. Think about that.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people know what it is. Senior hockey, tied to the communities, tied to all that. So we're going to be covering it here. You were just going through the leagues.
Yeah, I was. I just did the South. Yeah. Holy smokes.
We're doing it every week on Wednesday with the Monday Nooner guys. So you heard the intro. Here it goes. Let's go with it. Like you said, brought to you by Warren Steinley, MP for Regina, Louvain, and Croft Electric. Senior Hockey Show, first one of the year, powered by the Monday Nooner Podcast. If you want to know anything about senior hockey, Monday Nooner Podcast, you can also follow us on all the socials. Fellows, first off, Sask East Hockey League. The Theodore Buffs are 3-1, leading the North standings, and Langenberg is 5-0 currently in the Sask East. Coming up this weekend, if I'm going to circle anything on my schedule, it's going to be the Langenberg Warriors and Esterhazy Flyers. They go at it Friday, 8 p.m. in Esterhazy. Saturday, some real nice games. Wapella, their upstart imports. The Blackhawks taking on the Theodore Buffaloes. Churchbridge, Cote, the Selects at 8 p.m. And then Esterhazy is getting on the Iron Lung and traveling into Russell, Manitoba to take on
the Russell Rams, who are 2-4 on the season. So a little Sask East Hockey League to start things off.
Yeah, for those in the Southeast, I look forward to one in Carlisle on Friday. Rivals on the ice. There's always some old school hockey, should we say, that goes down, but these two teams, both around 500, could use a win. Carlisle Cougars home to the Carnduff Red Devils. They've perennially been at the top or close to the top of the Big Six. That should be a good one, as well as the startup Oxbow Huskies have been really good this year. They're home to Wawota on Friday as well at the Oxbow Arena. So got my eye on those two matchups in the Big Six.
What do you got going on in the Long Lake Hockey League, Wicked?
Yeah, a couple games to keep an eye on this weekend. Watrous heads to Drake Friday night, and Saturday night, Foam Lake travels to Lanigan, and Foam Lake is an absolute wagon. They're 6-0, 47 goals for and 16 against. They're just all well-rounded team, and their goalie is unreal.
Right on. Nautica Hockey League, the La Flèche Flyers, class of the league so far, 5-0 and 1 overtime loss for 11 points. Yellowgrass nipping at their heels. The league is tight this year. Hodgeville's our only winless team at 0-7. Coming up on Friday, Yellowgrass in Avonlea, 8 o'clock, the undefeated La Flèche Flyers. It's going to be Radville, who's 2-5 on the year, looking for a big win, maybe an upset in the makings. And then Saturday, Milestones at Yellowgrass to take on the Wheat Kings, 7:30. And then Assiniboia and La Flèche. Circle that one. Get after it. Assiniboia is 4-2 on the season. They're probably going to want to make a statement against the Flyers. That one goes down in La Flèche, 7:30 on Saturday. One game on Sunday. Moss Bank in Milestone. Milestone shifted leagues this year. They're a solid 4-1 in the Nautica Hockey League. Okay, and then one more. We'll go to the Qu'Appelle Valley Highway Hockey League. Give some love to a league that's close in and around Regina. The Lumsden Monarchs, best team in the league so far, 6-0. They got the leading scorer in the league, Kevin Dufour, leads the league there in scoring with 28 points. Coming up this weekend, the Balcarres Bronx coming off 2 losses last weekend. Southies in town in Balcarres, 8 p.m. to go there. Raymore's in Grenfell, 8 o'clock. Grenfell's looking to get off the snide. They're winless on the season. Saturday, we have the Balgony Bisons and Raymore Rockets, 8 o'clock in Raymore. Raymore 5-2 on the season, and the Bisons are 1-3. So that is a little look at the Qu'Appelle Valley Highway Hockey League. It is the Senior Hockey Report here on the Sports Cage, powered by the Monday Nooner podcast. It's brought to you by Warren Steinley, MP for Regina Louvain, always on Saskatchewan side, and Croft Electric, over 27 years in business in and around southern Saskatchewan. If you need any electrical work done or the permanent holiday lighting, get a hold of Croft Electric.
The starts of CFL news: the BC Lions assigned their CFL top receiver, Keon Hatcher, multi-year extension, 31-year-old, 1,688 receiving yards last year and 102 receptions. Western Hockey League Saskatchewan teams. Blades are in Brandon to take on Chase Surkan and the Wheat Kings. Prince Albert's in Medicine Hat. Swift Current travels into Tri-City. Prairie Junior Hockey League, Fort Knox, Assiniboia, 7:30 down in Assiniboia. Female U18 AAA, Notre Dame and Weyburn in Weyburn, 7 p.m. National Hockey League, 2 Canadian teams skate, and they're playing against each other. 6:30, it's Winnipeg at Montreal. Canadian Senior Curling Championship round robin. Amber Holland, 11-2 over Northern Ontario. She's 4-1 in second in Pool B. And Bruce Corte, 8-2 over Alberta. Cordy leads at 6-0. Sports Ticker in hour 2 is for Extreme Hockey and Sport, where the Black Friday sales continue. Also, mystery mini sticks are in stock. They're local, they support local, and it's home of the price match guarantee. And if you need Yetis, Umbrella Marketing, they do them there. Beautiful stuff. Extreme Hockey and Sport. All right, we got about a minute and a half here before we throw to news of the hour. Thanks to everyone who's messaging in on our hockey rink
purchase idea.
It's loose till we found out that an ice plant's $700,000.
Yeah, we've run into a small obstacle.
There's my text message on how many rooms are at the Shro Arena in Saskatoon. He says, can't say this word on the air. I honestly don't know. 50? ?
Wow.
So that's a Shore Arena in Saskatoon where they let teams kind of build their rooms, and they build them and then they lease them out. People don't take, and then the leagues all play out of there. So the rink is busy basically from the morning till late at night with all different beer league and old timers hockey. Call it what you want.
You could even do it differently. You could just have 4 rooms, but have lockers.
Nah. Build the rooms.
Okay, I'm just thinking out loud.
You just need the city to give you a little bit of let. Now, 50's aggressive. Although
like a
we
big
have
number.
the room, but maybe if we could start with building 10.
20.
20.
I like 20.
Sure, 20. New lights, some new glass, maybe. Yeah, if you find some used glass somewhere. Never know what Value Village has.
Yeah.
And then Zamboni, they got to sell that to you. This is that ice plant. If a price tag on an ice plant $700,000, that scares me.
We've got to find out when that one was replaced, and get an evaluation on the ice plant. Yes.
Anybody out there can do that for us. 936-6262. Just show up at the Optimist right now with your tools. Start poking and prodding around. SportsCage guys sent me.
They're buying this place.
Yeah, they got a GoFundMe going and everything.
Yeah. City's thrilled about the idea. I got a text back from them.
Are they?
Yep.
Crofty says he's in for $26.67 and 18 buttons for the rink.
Buttons?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
What he's doing with buttons. And why did you take in your recycling?
Hour 3, we're coming back. We're going to talk about John Hufnagel, who left Calgary to Toronto for some reason. Jock Wilson's going to join us. We're going to continue the hockey rink talk as well. And if you missed it, we're going to rerun Chase Surkan, youngster playing for the Brown and Wheat Kings from Regina. That interview. It's all coming up on the SportsCage in Hour 3. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Like you said, for Regina Motor Products and Sharky's here for Flooring Superstore. What we got in the Hour 3 for. If you missed any of it so far, go back, podcast form, listen to it. You can watch it on YouTube, listen to it. Chase Surkan interview, we're going to play that again in this hour. That was in Hour 1. Arash Madani, great chat with him on CFL. And then Sharky and I just been going off on these hockey rinks in Regina. Are they going to sell them? Are we throwing our hat in the ring?
Are we making a move?
Do we got skin in the game? Are we going to buy the Optimist? We're talking about it. We're thinking about it.
Doing some budget numbers.
You can still text in 936-6262 Prairieland Rentals text line. Let's talk some CFL though. This guy's got a heart out too, so he's got to get onto his show in Calgary. So he's joining us again on the Western Pizza Guest Hotline. Western Pizza, there is your idea for your company gift exchange, or if you need catering options this holiday season, Western Pizza can do it. Jock Wilson is joining us from Calgary. Jock, what's the weather like in Calgary today? I'm always curious on that.
Hey, we got a Chinook happening here, boys. It's all good from that standpoint. Before we talk about John Hufnagel, though, I do want to do a little bit of a shout-out, to the Saskatchewan Roughriders, more importantly to Corey Mace, Mark Mueller, Markway McDaniel, Edwin Harrison, Josh Bell, former Stampeders that came through the ranks, and there's not better people in the CFL, in my opinion, than guys like Corey Mace and Josh Bell. I loved Josh Bell when he was here in Calgary, so kudos to the Riders. You don't hear me say that very often. They were deserving Grey Cup champions, so good stuff.
I think you forgot Mike Rose.
Yeah. Might have missed you.
Mike Rose still hates Dave Dickinson, and Mike Rose took a little bit of a cheap shot at him. So, Mike Rose, to be honest, Mike Rose played like crap last year for the Calgary Stampeders. So I had no problem with him moving on. You could talk about some other players. Jameer Thurman, love him. Obviously Micah in the middle. It's all good. So I didn't think it was very classy what Mike Rose said after the Grey Cup. So that's why I didn't want to give him a shout out.
Okay. I like it. I like how you roll, Jockey. Okay. I did you see this coming? John Hufnagel going to leaving Calgary. That's not where he's going, but leaving Calgary. Did you have any inkling on that?
I tell you what, I had an inkling that he wasn't going to be back with Calgary this year because I was told by somebody in the organization that his contract was up. And if you followed what has happened with John Hufnagel, he's given up a lot of the responsibility. You know, obviously hired as the coach and general manager. You know, he transitioned Dave Dickinson into the coaching position. Then he transitioned Dave Dickinson into the general manager's position. So there's 2 big titles lost. You know, and then Huff became the president of the organization, and that really wasn't his forte. You know, he's not a numbers guy. He didn't like the business side of it. He's a football guy. So they obviously brought in Jay McNeil to become the president, and Huff became sort of an advisor, sort of behind the scenes, still helping out the coaching staff, 74 years young. But I will say this, his legacy is going to be missed because I really, really thought John Hufnagel would retire as a member of the Calgary Stampeders, maybe become a guy like John Cornish and just become a Stampeder ambassador. There had to be a way to keep him in the organization, so I'm disappointed that he is not going to retire as a Calgary Stampeder, that he's going in a similar role to the Toronto Argonauts. And hey, let's be honest, guys. Him and his wife, Sherry, have a beautiful property, you know, near Cochrane. You know, he loves fishing on the Bow. I don't think he's going to be moving to Toronto anytime soon, and I don't know how long this contract is going to be. But, you know, Pinball Clemens needs some help. John Murphy needs some help. And if you need some football help, John Hufnagel is a pretty good resource to add to your arsenal. So I'm happy for Huff, but I just thought there had to be a way somehow to keep him in the organization. So that's a roundabout answer to say I'm not surprised, but I'm disappointed.
You say that you're not surprised, but it sounded like Hufnagel wasn't ready to retire yet. But it's 74. It's got to be close.
I think that's exactly the case. I think obviously he could see the writing on the wall, and his role was diminishing. And, you know, if he still has the passion to be a football guy, and that's what John Hufnagel is, he's a football guy, he obviously wanted to keep having a say in football operations. And believe me, he's been a great resource for Dave Dickinson. He's in the office very, very early in the morning. He has still been a big part of the game planning. But I do think, you know, it's probably going to be a good thing for Dave Dickinson, too, because, you know, now he's not going to have, you know, Huff looking over his shoulder. It may be a bad thing for Dave Dickinson. We'll see how that plays out. But, you know, sooner or later, Dave is going to have to take the reins all by himself. So, yeah, it's a tough one because John Hufnagel, if you know the story, you know, he started his playing career in the Canadian Football League as a Calgary Stampeder, had, you know, three great years, went to Saskatchewan, obviously, after that. You know, he started his coaching career, you know, with Wally Buono, and that was, you know, 6 years, and then that parlayed into an unbelievable NFL career. And then, of course, he was hired by the Calgary Stampeders in December of 2007, and everybody will remember that 2008 season because the infamous speech in Montreal, gentlemen, we got them right where we want them, and they win that Grey Cup championship. It was just a great start. You know, his legacy has been certainly planted very, very well in this city. And, you know, him and Wally Buono, you know, hand in hand, two of the best football minds in Canada, and they've been here in Calgary.
All right, before we let you go, because I know you got to get onto your show here, it's Jock Wilson in Calgary joining us again. Anything else that you're intrigued of league-wise? Something that maybe happened, a signing, maybe it's Miller in Toronto, which a lot of people don't seem impressed or surprised about that, or anything that you're waiting for maybe a shoe to drop?
Well, I tell you what, I think it's great that some of these players are getting paid. You know, you guys saw the Keon Hatcher contract today, the Tyson Philpott contract. You know, Tyson Philpott, you know, high-paid Canadian receiver. I think that's fantastic. So it's not just the quarterbacks that are making money. I think the salary cap is going up a little bit. We'll see what happens. 2026 is going to be so interesting as we're going to see the tweak to the rules, and then 2027 is going to be the big changes, you know, to the smaller field. I am not poo-pooing them. I have a wait and see attitude, so we'll see how that plays out. But I personally believe the Canadian Football League is in a very, very good place. Maybe some teams are losing money, but you know they've got some of the richest people in this country that are owning these teams, and rich people make bad investments as far as I'm concerned. Maybe they use them for tax write-offs or whatever the case may be. Until they actually open their books and they can actually show me that 7 teams are losing money, I'm not going to believe it, and that'll never happen because they're private companies.
Okay, you got 30 seconds. What do you think about, should the player salaries be public?
I think it should for sure. I think it's helped the NHL. It's helped the NFL. This is 2025 we're living in, and I think the players will benefit from it. So we saw that happen in the National Hockey League. So yeah, I think the neg lists have now become public knowledge. I don't know why they ever did not disclose the full list there. It was stupid. And so player salaries, why not? We're living in a world where they basically are now because the agents are telling reporters anyway what the contracts are.
All right, Jock. I know you, like I said, you got to get to your show. Appreciate you coming. Great insight. And I knew you would give it to us. He likes fishing on the bow. See?
Yeah, that's something we didn't know.
He's not going anywhere. He's got a nice house outside of Cochrane.
I'd like Rose to lighten up and just enjoy his Grey Cup, okay?
We'll get on that, buddy. Okay, have a good show tonight. Thanks for doing this, Jock.
Thank you.
Take care, guys.
Right on. There's Jock Wilson, QR77, the Calgary Sports Show. I was on his show, actually, after the Grey Cup, and he had... it was I get on there, and I'm listening to them tee up, and the topic for the show that day was famous Barneys. So people were messaging Barneys on that, and he had me on. Then I went through the story on how I got my name, and was it my real name, and all that. And I'm like, oh yeah,
it's a real name.
So I'm the last guy to make fun of anyone's name.
Yeah,
because that's real. That sticks with you. But you know what? It's kind of unique. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah,
Dan Jr.
Yeah,
Ken.
Yeah, Milton. Well, it's a great name.
We're talking.
Own it.
It's too late now. There's no turning back at this point. Keep text messages coming. We are going to go to break. We come back. There's a few on our hockey rink proposal. Are we going to buy the Optimist? Is this a pipe dream? What is the Optimist worth? Can anybody give us that?
Yeah, we don't have that yet.
I got a text message from my buddy Shaq up in Saskatoon on how much they pay for their room at the Shore Arena. He says roughly there's 50 rooms, old timers, hockey.
Wow.
There. SportsCage. Coming right back on 620 CKRM. Saskatchewan Roughriders have signed American wide receiver Colin Brunstein and American running back Marcus Major Jr. Brunstein had a historic career at Illinois College. And then... Major Jr. returns to the Rough Riders after spending a portion of the season on the club's practice roster. Prior to the Riders, Major Jr. signed with the Baltimore Ravens as an undrafted free agent in 2025. Other CFL news, Keon Hatcher, multi-year extension with the BC Lions, 31-year-old at 1,688 receiving yards last year. Hockey, SJ or WHL teams from Saskatchewan playing tonight. The Blades are in Brandon to take on the Wheat Kings, Prince Albert's and Medicine Hat, Swift Current, and Tri-Cities. Prairie Junior Hockey League, Assiniboia hosting Fort Knox at 7:30. Saskatchewan Female U18 AAA League regular season action in Weyburn as they host Notre Dame. National Hockey League, 2 Canadian teams skate against each other. Winnipeg, Montreal at 6:30. And the Senior Canadian Curling Championships round robin, Amber Holland 11-2 over Northern Ontario. She sits at 4-1, and Bruce Corte 8-2 over Alberta. Corte is 6-0. Sports Ticker in hour 3 for Steelcraft Doors in Regina, made in Western Canada for Western Canada. If you need a garage door in this cold weather, Steelcraft Doors Regina has it.
Yeah, your garage door's got to work this time of year. It's got to be sealed up.
I might be in the market for one.
Really?
Might have to go see the guys and girls at that 40,000 square foot facility over there.
It's a big barn.
Maybe get something. Maybe I can work a deal and we get a new garage door at our hockey rink when we buy. You're finding out as you look through the Optimist here. We're talking about maybe purchasing the Optimist Arena. Okay, so here's the Shore Arena in Saskatoon. And you were thinking about building rooms, if we're allowed to build rooms and all that. And probably it's going to go to council, and someone's going to say, no, that we can't build a room. Why?
Yeah, because we've never done it before.
There's some guys, some of the people on council, though, I like it this year. There's some that are like, hey, that's a dumb idea, basically.
Yeah.
And then
that sounds stupid.
Remember, you can tell how a person votes by their hairstyle
and how they park.
And how they park. Okay, so the Shore Arena in Saskatoon's got about 50 dressing rooms for rec hockey, old timers hockey, whatever, used all day. So then the kids, they get more of the prime time at the Cooperators. So Shaq up in Saskatoon told me, Kevin Marishak, great golf course, Silverwood Golf Course. He says they pay for the year to keep your gear there. You got your own room. Satellite fee and room rental, $7,500. So let's say every team's around that. Even let's go lower. Let's say $7,000 times 50.
Is that ice too, or is ice on top of that?
That's just the room.
That's just the room.
Slim.
That's what I thought.
$350,000 in room rental.
I'm just looking at the map here. We can't do this at the Kinsman. There's not enough room. We'd have to knock down a pool. That would get us in trouble.
No, I don't. Leave the Kinsman out. Optimist.
Can't do it there. Yeah, we got to go to the Optimist.
You said there's a tennis court. That might be a problem. No, but then you said there's soccer in the summer.
Soccer in the summer.
So the bar upstairs
stays open.
Sharky's bar stays open in the summer.
Yep.
Oh, it might be hot up there. Colson, you want to chime in?
We got to have a deck. We'll have a deck.
According to Saskatoon 60 Plus Hockey's website, the Show Arena has 60 plus dressing rooms.
There you go.
I really want. You said you wanted to go for a tour of this place. I haven't been in there in so long. I really need to go see this again. That is a lot of locker rooms.
Because we know the present locker room scenario is they're not even going to be used.
At the Optimist? Yeah. 4 becomes 2.
Yeah. Not even that. They just become part of the lounge.
Part of the lounge. Part of the Western Pizza Express.
That's right. That's all it is. It's part of the lounge.
Sherwood Co-op put a little concession or a little
gas bar
trinket store. Then we got to start digging down.
Yeah. Extreme Hockey is going to come on board. They're going to want a spot in there. Hey?
So then I like that. Yeah, you just make everything. The rooms are all new then. We're just going all new rooms.
All new rooms. Yeah.
Lobby's bigger.
Yeah.
Put some new lighting in. Although going back to this, the price tag of a
ice plant
refrigeration system.
We need an inspection of the refrigeration system as it is now. If you're in
some sort of a guarantee.
Yeah, if you're in the hockey refrigeration business, if you could swing by there and have a look.
Go right now. It's dark out.
Crofty said he was going.
Get a floodlight from Prairie Land Rentals.
He doesn't know anything about refrigeration.
All you show up with a van and a ladder, no one's going to ask any questions.
And a clipboard.
Yeah, and one guy in a vest.
Put on one of those tool belts, wander around, hard hat.
Yeah, a safety strap.
Nobody cares.
What's that tied to? Who cares?
Yeah, mind your own business.
$700,000 for an ice plant would be dicey though. And then
the more I'm researching that was a green option one as well. There are ones that you can get for around $400,000. So
brand new.
That's what it's looking like.
Yeah, so we can go used. Who's got a better ice plant, the Kinsman or the Optimist?
I don't know.
And how much? Like, I wonder how big of a problem it is. You know what? The other thing, we haven't talked to you about this yet. Speaking of ice rinks, the story that everybody's talking about from Italy.
Oh yeah,
how the rink is not done. Like, if you saw the pictures, like the roof is not done. Like, they are fired. They're trying to do a test game. Do you have a picture of the rink, Colson, from yesterday? They're trying to do a test game January 9th or something like that because they've already missed the other test games. If you have no roof,
like, they might as well flood the Coliseum and play it in Rome. Like, that's where they're at. That's the same building.
Well, this place is close to Swiss Alps, right? Switzerland?
Yeah, it's close to northern Switzerland.
And Turin, where they played the Olympics before, is 2 hours away. So that maybe becomes possible, but they're saying there's no plan B. I think that's the wrong statement. Why would you make that statement? Because now you got people crapping their pants.
Oh, big time.
Like, your roof is not done on the... And then you got to test a lot of stuff. And then it came out that it's supposedly, allegedly, 3 to 4 feet shorter. The ice surface.
Yeah, that they screwed up the ice surface. Yeah, they measured the ice surface.
How does that happen? There's got to be a Netflix documentary coming out on this.
Probably in the metric conversions.
No.
Joking.
Come on.
I'm joking.
Okay.
All right, I'm trying to... Where's the arena? There's no...
Here's a picture.
Where are you loading it? Oh, is that where it's at right now?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think I've seen pictures farther along, but the roof ain't on yet.
So it's an outdoor arena is what we're playing in.
Well, when does the NHLPA get involved?
Well, I think they're too far down the road. They've already got the time off. Schedule's made.
But how safe? Safety issue, 3 to 4 feet shorter. The amount of speed those guys are twirling.
They're already going to go. The Olympic isn't longer; it's just wider, right?
Yeah,
it's 100 by 200 instead of 100 by 85.
No, it's 200 by 100.
Yeah, 200 by 100 instead of 200 by 85.
Yeah. So Lumsden's rink is
full size.
No, but it's wider. It's like I want to say somebody
88 or 90 or something.
It's 90, I think. 90 wide.
So Olympic size is Notre Dame's.
Yes.
Right? So what they're saying is they made it shorter by how much?
It was never Olympic size, bud. It was NHL size minus 3 to 4 feet.
Wait a second. They didn't do this Olympics. They did it NHL size.
Yeah, that was always the plan.
That was part of the negotiation, I think, to get the NHL players back in. They would play at NHL size, not Olympic sized.
Yeah.
And now they put them on a smaller barn? Now you want Tom Wilson on the team.
Who said that yesterday?
Eric
Francis. Or
now you forecheck the heck out of Tom. You take away 6 feet of their off. Oh my God!
No, it's about 3 to 4 feet, but still. Yeah, I thought you knew that.
No,
it's not Olympic size. This thing is like Boston Gardens, old Boston Gardens. I said yesterday, and I apologize. I said it's probably the ice surface size of the Bethune rink, which I love playing it. But Bethune's actually, Carmen Curtis messaged me today, says, no, we're 200 by 85.
I'm trying to think who would be a smaller ice surface.
Well, Momart.
But Momart's like 160. Like, it's a big difference. Yeah.
Rolo, but that's a big difference.
Same with Dysart. It's a big difference, too.
I kind of like that Dysart rink.
Yeah, I did, too, but it's short. It's really short.
I also might have been right. Allegedly, from reading here, the International Ice Hockey Federation approved a rink size of 60 meters by 26 meters, which is about 3 feet shorter than a 200-foot rink.
Who's running this?
What did Arash say? We were lied to.
Yeah.
The adults have it all under control.
They don't know what they're doing.
That is so bizarre.
Oh my God.
How is that? Let's sit back, grab your popcorn, and see how this plays out. This is going to be real interesting now.
It's like Montreal without a roof all over again.
If the rink is completed is one thing, and then are they going to play,
or can they play, or do they got to go? Where's the other place? Torino.
Truro. Not Truro, Nova Scotia. Sorry, my bad.
But I didn't see that. That's why maybe the plan B. I'm sure it's not that easy, although it's 2 hours away. You think about housing and broadcasts and all the teams and
media.
Maybe there's a rift too between Turin and Milan that we don't know about, where they'll be like, "No, we ain't renting you anything.
Yeah,
we hate
solid.
You. We hate you."
We got the under sevens coming in. It's booked solid.
We had some people text in yesterday that have been there. That area, very expensive, very nice, and you see pictures. It is like the Alps are right there.
I mean, these pictures look amazing, but if you don't have the arena built, and you know, why does the Olympics do this? You know, they do this every time they do this. The last minute, they're building something.
Well, Russia was late. Sochi? Was it Sochi?
Yeah.
And then
I don't think that arena's done to this day.
Yeah, well, and I think they made it happen for sure, but there were a lot of people that never returned home. I think that were in charge of building that thing.
Yeah, they've joined the military voluntarily.
Then back to the outdoor rink Regina thing.
Yep.
And if you're just tuning in, 5:30, maybe you're driving home. And we're going to hopefully have somebody on from the city tomorrow, Colson, or Friday? Friday. Chad Baczynski's going to come on. The outdoor rink thing.
You're just making stuff up.
Yeah. The outdoor rink thing is not that bad, I think. Regina people, trust me, as someone who grew up in Saskatoon, played on a lot of ODRs, outdoor rinks in Saskatoon.
It's a fixable thing.
If the community associations are able to take over the rinks like they do in Saskatoon, we are okay. They're probably gonna be better off a lot.
You know, Red Deer, they have a Zamboni that goes around and floods the outdoor rinks.
Zamboni?
A Zamboni? Zamboni? That drives around the city and floods the outdoor rinks.
I think that happens in a number of cities.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Here, we can't even figure out how to turn on the fire hose.
The one thing that always baffled me when I moved here, trust me, some of the ODRs are awesome, but I was like, there's so many days it's nice. And I think they shut them like March 1st, maybe. Does that sound aggressive?
Yeah.
Or somewhere around there. And I'm like, you can twirl for another 2 weeks. And it's like, nope, city rink, done. It's kind of like our fields in Regina that I've never got to when I moved here. Yeah. It's like any kind of rain
last week.
They shut them all.
Yeah.
It's like it poured rain in the north. Well, the south got nothing.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. I'm like, who's arbitrarily making this rule? Just questions I had when I moved here. Nothing wrong with them.
Still valid questions.
Fields are great and all that, but I'm just like, you might want to like think a bit from different ends of the city because it's not like Dysart.
Why don't we just buy that whole park with the Optimist rink and make artificial turf fields there?
I guarantee someone won't sell it to us. A park. When's the last time you heard someone buy a park in a city?
We're buying the fields. We're turning them into...
Let's just stick on the hockey rink thing.
Okay.
So, because you figured out what was your calculations again if we bought this rink and we just rented it 4 to whatever nighttime?
5 to 10:30.
7 months a year?
Yeah, $300K. $300K in revenue. That's as it sits right now.
7 months normal?
Yeah,
I guess.
That was September to March.
Then you're going to blow out those rooms. You're going to make the lobby bigger and have a little canteen/bar upstairs, downstairs. Doesn't matter.
I don't know if there's an upstairs that's got any value in that.
Well, I know the one in the Kinsman is actually surprisingly nice.
Really?
Yeah. I went up there. It was last year I went up there and I'm like, there's an upstairs. Because I heard the guy walking. And I was like,
what is that?
There's an upstairs. So me being the idiot that I am, I just go and find these stairs and start walking up there. It could have been an axe murderer. Who knows? And I show up and I'm like, I think one of the community associations like does something up there. And I was like, I can't believe that this is actually not bad. And he could look out to the rink. So if the Optimist is like that, that's a nice little watering hole. Yeah. And then you figured out the only thing about the summer and the soccer fields, it would be hot in there.
Up there.
You give everyone a cold towel, like a golf course when they walk in, back sweat.
But we could have there's maybe a possibility for a deck. Outdoor area.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Licensing issue? I don't know. Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't a guy put in a license for some VLTs?
Yeah.
Make it a real event when people go to the rink.
Right. They could do it anywhere else. Why wouldn't you do it there?
Did you look at if we could expand? You said you had an aerial view of the Optimist Arena.
Yeah, you could. You could go to the west as well as to the north.
Has 20 rooms possible?
Easy.
How big's a hockey room? How many feet?
It's not that big.
Like like what would we want? Like what's a good size? 20 by 20?
Yeah.
How big's this room?
I don't know. It's got to be bigger than this.
Yeah, this is kind of like what the current rooms are.
Yeah.
And the last thing you want to be tying your skates and Buddy's putting his jock on. You turn over at the wrong time.
Do you remember those old dressing rooms at the Twins here in Regina?
Yeah.
Do you ever, right? Yeah. Those are probably only 10 feet wide.
They were kind of longer, though.
Yeah. They were 10 feet wide.
Like Harold LaTrace.
Yeah, by 30. Yeah, same thing at Gemini. Gemini is actually smaller.
Oh, Gemini. I'm there next weekend. And Gemini sells the big pitchers of beer for the dads. Big, like
they got it figured out, do they?
The big ones. A lot of people are agreeing. A lot of people texting in Prairie Land Rentals text line.
The idea's got merit.
Steve, Steph, James, Tanya, they like it.
Yeah.
But everyone's actually telling us to be cautious on make sure you can build. And somebody thought it was if it's a historic site, which I don't think it is. Who was our smart guy that said...
make sure we can tear it down.
Greg said they were built in the 50s.
Yeah. I believe that's when it was. Yeah.
Yeah, there'd have to be some sort of clause that we just can't bulldoze it and start putting up multifamily units. Although there's inside baseball that happens all the time like that in municipal politics across the world.
We're trying to do this on the up and up, people. We're trying to make a great experience for everybody.
I love it.
Not trying to cheat anybody.
I love it. We had Sprinkle of the Day for Sports Select earlier, going through
I'm taking the over.
The games tonight, and we eyeballed the Jets-Canadians game. Sports Select, sportselect.com. You don't have to fill out the forms anymore. You can get a QR code, go to your Lotto Spot retailer, and scan away. Must be 18 plus to play, and it's 100% legal. You took the over in the Montreal Canadiens Winnipeg Jets games at 6.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for that tie and the pro line.
That's something Sports Select does. So they give you 6, but if you hit 6, you're not the over or the under.
It's a push.
No, it's not a push.
You lose.
You lose.
Yeah, well, tough.
Yeah. That should be 5.5 is the choice you're making, not 6.
The other games tonight, if a guy was thinking, or girl, Buffalo Flyers, meh. Washington, San Jose, wow. Washington's back-to-back nights, and San Jose is like...
They're dynamite.
You were talking about Chicago.
Yeah.
Like that Chicago Vegas overtime last night and that game in general and then the shootout.
Yeah.
Was that entertaining? I'm so glad I watched it.
San Jose is a team to watch. Those young guys are just playing. Celebrini, he was leading the league 2 nights ago in scoring. He can play at the World Juniors. He could represent Canada at the World Juniors. He was leading the league in scoring.
Where is he? I think NHL scoring.
If he's not 1, he's 2.
Stats leaders. McKinnon, Celebrini, points-wise. Bedard, Leo Carlson, Connor McDavid.
So there's the first 4 forwards for Team Canada. Carlson's obviously a Swede.
After watching Bedard last night,
can't leave him off.
He has he's on a mission. I don't think you can leave him off.
I don't think you can.
And I was like, he's a little bit of pouty pants, and I liked it when he's here. And his shot, that toe drag goal he scored last night on Carter Hart.
I don't get the pouty pants thing, and I think if he plays with Crosby and McDavid and they teach him what they know about the pro game at that level, it's a completely different story.
If you're watching the stream, there it is. Oh, what a shootout.
Yeah.
Move. That was silky. Go to break, Colson?
Sure.
Yeah.
Colson says go to break. All right.
Break time for Regina Motor Products on this Wednesday. Sharky is in for Flooring Superstores. It is the SportsCage. We'll be back in a moment. If you haven't gone to sportscage.com today, a nice story on Regina's Ben Hebert heading to the Olympics. We had him on the program yesterday. Also, Darian Durant from Monday talking about he does not like the idea of potentially making CFL player salaries public, which you're on the same boat there.
That doesn't need to be there. Yeah.
I like it. I said, yeah, you gotta. After 2 days, I thought about it. I'm usually really emotional, and I make decisions based on emotion and quickly and unrational. But I thought about it, and I'm like, no, they're professional athletes. And Glenn was saying because it's embarrassing for some of them. I'm like, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
Although when you go here, if you're minimum of 70, and then you convert that after tax to American,
you can't do that. You can't play that way. You're playing in this league in Canada, right? You can't go to England and play soccer and convert it back to American and go, what a great deal it is.
That's why I think, that's why I like the make them public. SJHL report coming up tomorrow. You're not going to be here
I'll miss Benny.
But the Flin Flon Bombers were top-ranked team in the SportsCage.com power rankings, and then they hosted Kindersley 2 games last week up at the Whitney Forum. Won them both.
Tough place to go win.
Tough place to play. So, we'll be talking to Benny tomorrow, and the SJHL report's always brought to you by Chad Reach, Senior Wealth Advisor, GP Financial Services, and Avisa Wealth. If you got an employer plan, might not be right for you, get a second opinion with Chad Reach. The other thing about hockey I wanted to talk about, and if people in and around the area, and I know there's a lot of good hockey out there that you can go and watch, like tonight in Weyburn, female U18 AAA, Weyburn and Notre Dame going at it, but the male U18 AAA League. We're going to go to this. We're going to do date night. Me and you. The next time that the Regina Pat Canadian...
paying.
You owe me still, for starters.
That's true.
Regina Pat Canadians and Moose Jaw Warriors play AAA style in Regina. I'm not opposed to a road trip.
Neither am
We
I.
can get a driver.
Well, we need a driver. Yeah.
You're getting a driver. I'm not opposed to that. We stop maybe at Nits, have something. Mad Greek. There's a lot of nice restaurants there.
Some good spots.
Do a
to
little
eat.
sampler.
Yeah.
Little restaurant hop. But Pat Canadians and Moose Jaw, they're on a collision course.
They are.
To play in the league final and then to play at regionals, which are hosted here.
Yeah. And I think they're both going to the Cup in Calgary, are they not?
The Circle K.
Circle K.
Max. It's always going to be Max to me. Bring back Max. Little owl.
Yeah. I like to call the Tellus the Wrigley, but nobody remembers that.
I remember hearing about it. It's before my time. So I don't know when the next time they play. I don't have the schedule absolutely in front of me. But yeah, that's another thing to keep on mind. Speaking of hockey, if you missed it in hour one, having a heck of a year. Starting the year, well, the rookie sensation for the Brandon Wheat Kings from Regina. NOD kid. Love him. He's fast. He's skilled.
He is.
He's good. We're going to rerun that Chase Surkan interview after a moment. Thanks, Sharky, for being here for Flooring Superstores.
Thanks for having me. And thanks, Flooring Superstores.
For Regina Motor Products. I'm here tomorrow solo, so I need your participation. Tomorrow, Colson will be with me.
Well, we're having the fundraiser for the rink.
Yeah, fundraiser. Yeah, bake sale tomorrow. Chase Surkan coming up after the break. It's at SportsCage.